Cyberpunk got delayed again. No, I'm just kidding. Cyberpunk's it's out. It came out today. People were playing earlier on in the day with early access, and then about what is that? 3 hours ago, the game has launched in most of North America. I think in all regions actually, it's kind of launched now. But man, looks fire. Looks so good.
Didn't you play it today, Mike?
Yeah, I only got the Steam servers for downloading it were really slow. So I didn't get as much time as I would like, but visually it looks really cool. There's multiple backstories. You can be like a corporate worker. You can be like a street kid that's like kind of like, you know, in gangs, I should say. And then there's kind of like a cowboy looking one. You like tune up cars and work out in the country. And
you guys have gangs? Do you guys have gangs up there in Canada?
Oh,
do you know what that's like?
We got gangs. They have hockey sticks and they.
We'll drown you in maple syrup if you step on our turf again, eh?
Oh my god. Just disrespectful. But
just rolling up to their house
now
the crib on a moose.
Now the main complaint about Cyberpunk is it has a lot of glitches apparently, and I've seen some gameplay of like the last gen consoles. It looks like rough. Like it takes like 20 seconds for textures to load. It's just like crazy bad graphics, which it's one of those things where it's like at some point you got they wanted to sell it on the last gen consoles, but it's clearly not a last gen game.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you can't expect the graphics you're seeing on commercials if you're playing it on 13-year-old hardware or whatever, like however old or 8-year-old hardware or whatever. It's just you can't expect that. At the same time, it's like maybe they shouldn't have sold it next gen. Maybe they should last gen. They should have just said, "Hey, next gen only."
I think you get free upgrade as well. So if you do make the upgrade, at least you can.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like the game is a lot of it seems like how would you even make this look or get it to run on those last gens? Because I've got like a 2080 and I had to turn down some of my settings, and that's probably because I'm streaming. But like, you can make the game look insanely beautiful. And
until it crashes on you.
Until it crashes.
It looks really good. I will say it looks really good from what I've seen on next gen consoles. So if you paid for that hardware, and that's the thing that I like about the next gen consoles is that you can get the same kind of settings, the same kind of output that you would get with a pretty solid rig. You can get on the next gen consoles. It looks great on PS5 from what I saw today. So I'm excited. I'm actually going to start it on PS5 tonight after we're done with this.
The thing is with Cyberpunk, it's going to be really hard to like. I know there's reviews out and everything, and I'm sure a lot of them are like probably legitimate. They put in some time, but I feel like to truly know like is or was Cyberpunk as good as everyone hoped it would be, we need to understand the depth, and that's what I don't know yet. You can choose your character and choose some stats, but like, are there like really cool legendary guns to find down the road? Is there that subquest where you find a notepad on a table and it goes and Skyrims you, and all of a sudden you find a cave and there's, you know, like, I don't know how deep the game is really going to be. And when you compare it to Witcher, I think that's the thing, is there's so many sub or side quests. There's so much dialogue and story and cool characters that, you know, there's like a old maid on a chair, and she turns out to be an incredible side character in a little quest in a little village. And it's like, holy cow, they put in a lot of effort here. And I think that there's a lot of people that love that game. Like, they're going to be expecting that.
Apparently that is what Cyberpunk is, and is apparently like the side quests are crazy. Like there's huge side quests. The main story is actually completable pretty quickly if you just kind of speed run through it. So the bulk of the content again lies with the side quests.
I love that.
Good.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's interesting. You can kind of, and apparently the more side quests you do, the side quests will impact the main storyline's endings and how many endings there are and stuff.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
I mean, even the first couple of missions, I noticed like a lot of optional stuff, like go get more information or don't, or do this or don't do that. And so I'm excited to see, and like you can kind of already get a vibe that there's different almost regions in the game, like and different factions to an extent, because there's
they broadcast that.
Yeah, there's like the street kids and all these different things, and like if I solve the problems of one gang, is that going to make it escalate somewhere else? And I think it's going to be a big world. Some people are rumoring like 100 hours to like have a decent playthrough of it. I don't know if that's true.
One of the devs one of the devs actually had tweeted out. Was it last? No, it was about 2 weeks. I think it was around 2 weeks ago. Tweeted out that he said, "I'm 300 hours into my playthrough right now, and I haven't finished the main quest line. I've just been doing peripheral stuff." And I obviously take that with a grain of salt. It's coming from internally, so obviously they're going to make it sound as luxurious as possible. But still, CD Projekt Red, they've got a great track record, and they've consistently delivered, and over delivered in a lot of cases. I mean, I would argue that Witcher 3 was probably worth twice the price tag that was on it. Obviously,
it was always on sale on Steam.
Yeah,
On sale every other week.
That game was, I mean, this is absolutely mind-boggling, the amount of content, the amount of investment. Some of my best friends right now, they're like, yeah, they got the game at launch, and they're like, every now and then I go back and keep playing Witcher 3, and I'm like, oh, just new playthroughs? Like, no. Just on my original account, the playthrough, and then they came out with Blood and Wine, and it was like a more content than you would get with a general full title release. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of faith in this game. I already decided beforehand, like just knowing who the developer was and what the game title was, and seeing some of the screenshots and stuff, I was like, I'm in. I mean,
the problem again though is just from what I've been hearing is just very buggy. Like you're in an intense story moment, the character glitches through the floor or something disappears and stuff. So that question where it's like, is it kind of a downside that everyone got caught up in the hype? Is the better experience going to be waiting a couple months until they patch all this stuff out and then getting it?
I'm gonna get it now, and I don't care. Like for me, dude, some of my favorite games are so freaking buggy. I have hundreds. I've got over 1,000 hours into Oblivion. I've got almost 1,000 hours into Skyrim. Buggy as heck, even to this day.
I mean, I can't even get through a Destiny play session without getting anteatered right now. So I guess maybe I should
freaking love it.
Yeah.
And sometimes those bugs are freaking hilarious. Some of the best YouTube content out there is like,
Skyrim bugs.
Skyrim bugs. Like my horse is amazing video, right? It's all that stuff. It's just freaking hilarious. I don't know. I mean, I understand when you have something that is that big in its scope. Yeah, you're gonna get those bugs. I fully expect that. As long as it doesn't completely derail my experience and it's not so obnoxious that I have to put the game down and get frustrated with it, I can deal with that.
I hope that it is kind of what I expected it to be, almost like Fallout, where there are like subquests and like passives and stuff. But I don't know yet. And I haven't looked at any reviews, and I'm not going to look at any reviews or anything like that. I'm not watching anyone's playthrough. I want to just experience the game and enjoy it, and then I'll go back and look. But I truly don't know what the game is going to be yet. I've done one mission, and I'm already like, okay, pretty sick. Are you going to keep it up? Like what's the pace? But visually, one of the most beautiful games I've played. I think it's just like there's so much neon lights and like glowing, and there's a little bit of rain here and there, and just with all the surfaces and everything, it is really eye-catching. I think Destiny does a good job of that too, is just like you can see the reflection on your gun, and it just makes it feel more
organic, immersive.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm in Night City already, and I'm like, okay, I'm excited. I'm on the hype train. I just don't know where it's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So